Hello, hello. Welcome to Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live. Good morning to you, D. D is always quick to the keyboard in these mornings. I'm very impressed by it. Amy's here, Tess, Rand. I know Tess doesn't like to miss a Saturday Stumper. It is Saturday, and that means we are going to be attempting the hardest puzzle in all of crosswords, Stan Newman's Saturday Stumper. We've been doing this for several weeks now, maybe a couple months even, and it's always a good time. It is not for the faint of heart, and I need all hands on deck. We got Kate here saying hi, Dad Not Dude ready to solve, and Ledition on Twitch. I also saw some other names that are familiar to me populating TikTok. Haven't spoken up yet, but I know you're there, and I'm excited to see you. Okay, so to remind you, orient us again, these Saturday Stumpers do not have themes. They are all about kind of wide open white spaces, unusual grid entries, and just brutally hard cluing throughout. So that is what we're in for today. We got Felix and Tina, and Rand says, I'm ready to be stumped. Well, you came to the right place, Rand. One across, I mean, we're starting off, I guess, with violence today. One across is attack. It's too long, I think. A 10-letter word for attack. I mean, it's been up for a little while. Tess says he had nowhere to hide in this puzzle. Hey, Jilly, how you doing? So I'm sort of thinking we chip away at this from the downs. I think they're going to be a little more approachable, unless someone has a really good idea for a 10-letter entry for attack. It just feels like it could be so many things. Yeah, Amy, I've got nothing either. So let's look at one down. Felix says, I have a rare Saturday off, so this puzzle better be worth it. Okay, I don't think you'll be disappointed, Felix. Why do you typically work Saturdays? What do you do? Desires to at one down. Okay, this at least feels like something we can maybe do something with. So Kate wants want, which want and desire mean the same thing, but Kate, the tenses don't match up. The clue says desires, so the answer would be wants. There tends to be agreement in that sense between, yeah, I think maybe like what Rand is saying, yens, and Logician also says yens. A yen is a desire. So that's possible. Still not 100% sure about this, but we can look at two down. Baby blank. Yeah, this is the kind of vague cluing we get on Saturdays where I feel like baby followed by a 4-letter word. There are probably so many phrases this could be. Not that I'm coming up with a bunch of them. Baby bump? Baby mama, says Cliff. Baby mama? Could be. Good morning, Duchess for Days. How you doing? Baby face? Exactly. That's what I'm worried about with this. There's so many. Baby love. Hello, Jessica. So maybe we move on. Yeah, too many options. Probably starts with a vowel if we go with yens. That's who Sri suggests. That's smart thinking. But I'm also not convinced about yens, honestly. So let's keep going. Grace says baby doll. Yeah, there are so many options. All right, 3 down it is. Be more than enough for. Be more than enough for. Yeah, Grace wants doll. Oh, and Dee on YouTube wants blue. Wow, see, there are so many possibilities. Baby blue, that was a clever one. Be more than enough for. I actually have an idea for this one. That seems, yeah, I agree with Dad Not Dude and D and Ledition. Okay, if 4 of us are thinking it, then that's pretty good. Tina likes it as well. Sate, that's what I was thinking. I don't think there's much trickery going on in this clue. If you're more than enough for something, for someone, you're sating them, you're satisfying them. Seems good? Snowless flurries. Ooh. Wondering if this is a different type of weather that's not snow, or if it's a different sense of the word flurry. I'm really not sure here. Jen says, okay, hard. Yeah, that is the name of the game today. This puzzle is going to be hard. Yeah, Hoosri is saying hail. User 20 is saying cone. I don't think I understand that. I'd like to understand it. Dust, a flurry of dust? Yeah, Todd Lyman wants hail, ashy. Maybe, again, there are too many possibilities, darn. MIT is back. What's up? Okay, let's keep chugging along then. Close enough to reach. Close enough to reach. I'm going to look at all of these downs, see what we can do, and then I'll go back to the acrosses. That's typically how I would solve this section if I were on my own. We got Jack the Quipper back on YouTube saying jabs. For which one? Snowless flurries are jabs? Okay. Interesting guesses. Close enough to reach. Felix is saying in range. That does fit, and it does make sense with the clue. Cliff says arm span, which is related, but I don't know if it quite matches the clue. Do you know what I mean? Kate also says nearby. That's another good one. Nearby definitely works. So nearby and in range, I think, are the contenders. Insight, I don't... Oh, insight fits too. Oh, man. Ugh. It's tough. Maybe I want to skip ahead to 10 down, because the shorter the entry, the easier it sometimes is to spot. Author with half-sisters in China. Author with half-sisters in China. Any ideas? Oh, does nearby not fit? Thank you. Yes, nearby doesn't fit. So what are the contenders then? In range or in sight? Okay, I guess they both start with in. We could try this. See if it gets us anywhere. Ooh, okay. Chat's in agreement about 10 down. I really like it. Dad Not Dude and Tina and Felix and Ledition on Twitch are all saying Tan, as in Amy Tan, who wrote the Joy Luck Club. I didn't know she had half-sisters in China, but Amy Tan is Chinese, so I think this works. Julie says it could be Amy, true, but I think with a clue like this, they're more likely to call someone by their last name. So let's stick with Tan for now. Yeah, the Joy Luck Club, exactly. All right. It's funny, we have like 4 partial answers in the grid. I have no idea how many of them are right. It is conceivable that they're all wrong. Blank was flattery lost on poet's... Wait, blank was flattery lost on poet's ear. Scott. So this is a quote by someone named, whose last name presumably is Scott. Blank was flattery lost on poet's ear. Okay, you guys are good. Yeah, Dad Not Dude and Felix and AJ and Ethan Ray is here and Tina. Okay, everybody's saying ne'er, like the poetic way of saying never. Picture an apostrophe here. And this actually does make sense of the quote. Never was flattery lost on a poet's ear, meaning like, if you flatter a poet, they're gonna hear it. They're gonna eat that shit. They're gonna eat that up. Felix is asking for one across again. Yeah, maybe it's time to look. NT also looks pretty good here. NT play nice together. One across is attack. Attack. Oh, Cliff says assailant. Interesting. It sort of does fit with the things we have. I'm not crazy about yens anyway. So should we try this? Assailant. Oops. Oh, wait, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. We have too many letters. Oh, darn. There's also something tense-wise about it that was weird. Sella says one down can be aims. Desires to aims. That's a good guess. It works with assail something? Aims. Desires to. I like... Ooh, Lucinda saying assailment. Oh my god. That does give us that extra letter we needed, Lucinda. Nice. What do we think? Assailment. I never would have gotten that without some crosses in place. Grace says it's a verb, though. Not necessarily. Attack can be a verb or a noun. And assailment suggests that we're talking the noun form. Tess says, yes, saved it, Lucinda. Yeah, it's not Lucinda's first or last time saving our butts. Okay, let's go with it for now and see. Let's check the downs. We have boundary improver at 8 down. This first corner is living up to the name Stumper, because it's not easy. Boxster competitor. At 7 down, it's Boxster, not Boxer. I don't know what Boxster is, though. Does anyone? Ooh, everyone seems to know 8 down, though. D and M. Huck. And, yeah, Cliff And there's a Mazile and Lucinda all saying edger. Very nice. Edger, like in lawn care, you use an edger to make the boundary of your lawn look nice. So that is a great idea. And the crosses are all looking reasonable. Okay. And then Warthog says that Boxster is a Porsche. Porsche Boxster. So Todd Lyman and Larry Locke and Sella and dude named Dave are all saying Miata. Okay, Miata's a Mazda, right? So the the Mazda Miata is a competitor of the Porsche Boxster. Seems plausible. And we have a word emerging here. We haven't even looked at the clue. I'm feeling so much better than I was a few minutes ago. 15 across. That's a surprise. That's a surprise. What do we like? Jessica says they're both two-door coupes. Small sports cars, Larry says. Yeah, I think Kate is right about this one. Jessica and others are saying, and Lucky and Jilly are all saying, I had no idea. That's a surprise. I had no idea. Oh, good. And Ames is looking perfect. Sate is looking right. I think we're actually in great shape here suddenly. We got Cher Bear and Sharkeef and Shania. Great. 17 across. Carl Benz's first car. Artist Soul on YouTube. I'm seeing your guesses come in a little bit late. It might be worth refreshing your stream because I think there's a delay going on with your suggestions. They're all right and they're all great, but I wish they were on time. That happens sometimes. So where are we? Carl Benz's first car. People suggesting wagon at the back here, like a German spelling of wagon. Motor wagon. Motor wagon. Seems possible. Do people know about the history? Sharkeef is like, I had no idea. I had no idea about the motor wagon. Yeah. It just seems so right, doesn't it? Maybe it's time we go back to our downs. We looked at this, came up with about 100 answers that this could be. I think they were all wrong because none of them started SHO, did they? Do we have a guess now? Yeah, I guess now Warthog and Pass Me the Red Bull and Sharkeef is saying Baby Show. But I think most people are saying Baby Shoe, which I do prefer. Yeah, Bam and Ledition got it. Baby Shoe. Yeah, none of us were guessing that. Hard clue. And hard not because of misdirection, hard just because of vagueness. Hard just because of so many possibilities. Snowless flurries, I see. So this is a do's, after all. Flurry of activity. That was the idea. Man. And then in range, close enough to reach. Okay. We were saying in range. Right? Happy? And we haven't even looked at 19 across. That's how good we are. Tends to. Okay. And we might as well look at this down. Investment add adjective. Yeah, I think Sharkeef and Larry Locke and Tess and Felix all saying seize after. Cher Bear and Rand. Yeah, if you see after something, you're tending to it. Jim Dunlap is back. Okay, and then Lucky and Grace are saying low fee. That would have been hard without crosses too. Investment add adjective definitely seems plausible that you'd be advertising a low fee. And let's just check the clue on 21, which we didn't even need because we rule almost near. Yeah, that works. Wow, and there we are. We got out of that first section. I'm very pleased. I think that put up just the right amount of resistance. Now, normally I would go here because I like a left to right solve. I would solve this upper right section. But there's something about this grid that is just directing the traffic flow. It's like a maze. There's just a single pathway through this grid. So I kind of just want to continue with the letters that we already have. Underground flow. Cliff says we should do a hard puzzle next time. All right, Cliff. All right, Mr. Confident. Have you ever tried a Saturday Stumper on your own, Cliff? Oh, we got Maddie Marlis and Warthog and M Huck and Bam and Buddy Yes Sick, all saying sewage, underground flow. Nice. I mean, not nice, but you know what I mean. Nice guess. Sewage does flow underground. Let's check the A. She's absorbed by extravagance. Is this like a literary reference or something? Cliff said, I see these and pass. What do you mean you see these and pass? Bon is saying aw. Amy and Shania are saying Ava. Oh, I see. Ledition is saying Ava as well. I got it. Oh my god. She's absorbed by extravagance, meaning that the name Ava is hidden inside the word extravagance, A-V-A, right there. So she's absorbed by that word extravagance. This is that bordering on cryptic crossword style cluing that they pretty much only do on Saturdays. This would be like an easy cryptic clue and a very hard normal crossword clue. I shouldn't say normal, but you know what I mean. Extravagance, very nice. Grace is like, oh my goodness. Yeah, you didn't know that was allowed, did you? All right, 18 across shade. We haven't seen 18 across. Everyone is saying mauve, which, oh, Barbara McDowell is back on Facebook also saying mauve. That is the only shade I can think of that fits this space. So why don't we go with it for now? We can try 32 across as well. Wingbone. Wingbone. Yeah, Lucky and Tess and Cliff and Larry and Bam are all suggesting mauve. Cliff, I'm still wondering if you were being sarcastic or not, saying we should solve an easy puzzle. I mean, we should solve a hard puzzle next time. Felix and Ginny and Shania and Buddy Eyes Sick and AJ, new AJ, or Lady AJ, we call you. Say ulna. Okay, I know that humans have ulnas in their arms. I guess that makes sense that the ulna is a bone in a wing of a bird. Cliff says, no, I'm terrible at these. Okay, that's kind of a relief. We're all in the same boat here. Ulna, that makes a lot of sense. I like that. Grace says, me too. Cliff says, I steer clear of these tough ones. The thing is, when we're all together, we can actually make progress, you know? I find that really exciting. These are too hard for me to solve on my own, straight up. But we do it every Saturday as a group. Blank game. This feels like it could be so many things. Snoopy and Tina are saying end game. That definitely could be. Samantha's saying pre-game. Grace says it's fun with other people. I'm glad to hear that. That's what I think too. All right, I don't think we have enough for this. So tie game, says Shania. That's a good guess too. Maybe we check 23 down. The Nile runs through it. The Nile runs through it. Lucky just lost the game, and now I just lost the game. Nice. Yeah, SMU seems wrong, is what Jessica's saying. I'm a little concerned as well. Some of this EAL is actually concerning me even more. I don't know what we do. Jim Dunlap says South Africa, which looks like it fits, but there's no way the Nile runs all the way down to South Africa. I just can't believe that. Rob is saying, oh, 18 across shade is not mauve. Ah, Rob and Larry. Ooh, and Ledition, I now see, has been saying this on Twitch. Olive. Ooh. So olive is another shade. Let's just check 18 across. Oops, not that one, not that one. Green snapper. Okay, if only I had looked, I might have seen that it's clearly not mauve. Olive is a shade, very difficult. It does work with South something. Grace is very excited about olive. Me too. And now Jen and Felix and Julie are all saying South Sudan, which is much more believable to me that the Nile runs through South Sudan. Good. That was a good fix. Tess says we were too quick on mauve. I know. Well, everyone was just unanimously excited. It seemed right to me too. All right, but South Sudan is looking really good. Cat Scratch likes it. I like it. So, and honestly, these crosses here look better as well. And did we have a guess? We did have a guess for, yeah, Shania. You were the one who guessed it. Tie game. I like it. Yeah, tie game looking right, Amy says. Okay. Yeah, everyone's happy with tie game. Should we check 24 down? Juno star per Wikipedia. Juno star for Wikipedia. We got Chad in chat getting tie. And M-Huck and Share Bear. Awesome. Delaney Sweeney is here. What are we talking about here? Juno star per Wikipedia. I see. Okay. So we are talking about the movie Juno. I would have expected that in quotes. Normally you put movie titles in quotes, which was confusing me. I love the movie Juno. Elliot Page does fit. So Juno starred Ellen Page, who now goes by Elliot Page. So that's, I guess, what the per Wikipedia part of the clue is. All right, that seems right. Crosses look reasonable. Let's check 38 across. Yeah, great movie, says Grace. I agree. I love that movie. Dono Powers says, guys, I got an answer right. Well, congrats to you, Dono Powers. It won't be the last time, I promise. Artist Soul is on YouTube, also getting Elliot Page. Nice work. And Joey Barnacle. Okay, good. Cabbage plus jalapenos. Oh, sorry, cabbage plus onions plus jalapenos. What is this going to be? Dono Power says, I'll put money on it that it might be. No, it won't be. Shania wants 25 down. Yeah, you see a little wine poking out. You want a sip? All right, let's do it. Spirit Raising Pro. Spirit Raising Pro. Okay, so normally with spirit raising, you might think like a medium or a necromancer or something. Someone who raises spirits from the dead, but we already have wine in place, so I'm suggesting that the classic crossword misdirection is that it's not spirits as in your soul, but it's spirit as in alcohol. Yeah, so Joey, Todd is saying winemaker, Joey Barnacle is saying wine taster. Okay, it could be either. Taster's getting a couple. Yeah, everyone's excited about this. It's a very nice clue. Taster's getting some more votes. Oh, and it fits. Maker wouldn't even fit. So yeah, spirit raising pro. A wine taster is someone who raises their spirits. Nice clue. Very nice clue. Okay. Did that help us at all with 38 across? Cabbage, onions, jalapenos. Yeah, maker doesn't fit, Ethan. Yeah, that was my bad. Cabbage, onions, jalapenos. We're doing pretty well, I would say. Like, it hasn't been easy, but we have struggled more. Put it that way. Tess and AJ are saying slaw. Oh, I see. Hot slaw. I mean, cabbage and onions definitely go in coleslaw, so I guess if you put jalapenos in it, it becomes hot slaw. Is that the idea? Yeah, I dig that. Softest soft, whitest white sloganeer. All right. VetArt, what's up? Came for a short time. Why not a long time? Stick around. What's going on? Shania says Stalin. I don't think Stalin said soft is soft, white is white. I think we're gonna find a different answer. Stella says staples. Which does not fit. Oh, okay. Ria and Rob C and Tina are all saying Stay Puff, which I actually would not have known had it not been for a crossword a couple days ago only. Had just stay in the grid, and it was clued via like blank puff, and I think it's a fabric softener brand. I just learned what this stuff is. Stay Puff. And I mean, this works with fabric softener, so I'm reasonably happy with this. A lot of people are guessing it. Okay. Grace has never heard of it. Yeah, I hadn't literally until like last week. Fast skin swimsuit maker. Okay. Ooh. Joey Barnacle was quick on this one. We got Brandon O'Hara in chat. Cliff and Snoopy. M. Huck and Pam. Nice. Rob C. Artist Soul. Everyone coming out. Idzu. Everyone saying Speedo. Pixel. Speedo. Yeah, I spelled it right. Fast skin swimsuit maker. Definitely, I don't know fast skin particularly, but I know that Speedo makes swimsuits. Let's check the crosses. They all make words at least. Chariot racer in the 67 Olympics. Oh, did Nero actually compete in the Olympics? I did not know that. That's pretty interesting. And then even aged, of similar height in a forest. That is a brutally hard clue, but we didn't even need it because we're that good. Muffin morsel is a date. Okay, what kind of muffins are you all eating that have dates in them? Muffin morsel, date. Wow, I'm kind of glad we didn't have to contend with these clues. And then turned over. Liam, what's up? Welcome back. Ethan Ray and Larry Locke are giving me upset for turned over. Good. Yeah, Little Lips is saying upset. Snoopy likes upset. Everyone seems happy with upset, ironically enough. Okay. Onwards. Be more than enough for. Oh, we already had this clue. Be more than enough for was Sate, but down here it's something else. Nice. MIT and Artist Soul on YouTube getting upset. Not getting upset, you know what I mean. Barbara on Facebook is super upset. C. Watson is here, and Pixel saying glut. That was my instinct as well. Be more than enough for. Steven likes it. All right, cool. 33 down. Only quadruple career Grand Slam champ. I think this is the first time on one of these streams that I've solved the entire left half of a puzzle and left the entire right half white. I never do this. I always do a left to right, top to bottom solve, like a book. But look at the pathway in this crossword. It just sort of demands that you solve it in this direction. And it feels silly to go all the way to 11 across where we have no information when we have a little bit of information poking out here. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing tennis balls in chat. Connor McGregor says, are you a nerd? I'll leave that up to you, Connor. Larry Locke and Dad Not Dude. Yes, snaking, as Grace is saying. Exactly, we are snaking through this grid. Pixel is saying graph. Yes, Steffi Graph, right? Tennis player. I did not know an only quadruple career Grand Slam champ. That sounds impressive. Yeah, Liam says it's like a river, right? Right, there's a very well-defined flow here. I was thinking like a maze, but I guess there are no wrong turns, are there? Jessica's calling me a word nerd. Fair enough. I will adopt that title. Be hard on the ears. Okay, good. I like what I'm seeing. Steven and Brandon O'Hara, AJ, nice. Sella, Todd Lyman. A lot of good ideas here. Ooh, but T. Pendleton just threw a wrench in the works. Everyone was saying great, like it grates on your ears, but now T. Pendleton and Liam are saying grind, which actually also works very nicely. Great or grind. Oh, no. I thought we actually had something there. Fight like heck. Rogue Warrior is voting great. Most people are voting great. Grace says, we're on TikTok Live doing a crossword puzzle. I think we're all nerds. That's the right attitude, Grace. We're all nerds and we're proud. Okay, Adam and Jim Dunlap and Jeff are all saying claw. Pam as well. Yeah, fight like heck. That seems right. To claw, yeah, you're fighting like heck. I'm pretty happy with that. And then that conforms with great. So I call that great. Dono Power says, I'm not a nerd, leave me out of it. I don't know. I don't think that's for you to decide. Adam says, are we doing some hurdle today too? I was gonna leave it up to timing if the stream ran really long, but at this pace, I think I'm down for hurdle. Like, we're moving pretty swiftly through this puzzle, so I think we should do some hurdle today. I haven't even read this clue. Soccer Tort Topper. Okay, Artist Soul on YouTube, Pixel and Jillian, Jeff and T. Pendleton are all saying glaze. Mo likes it. Soccer tort. Oops. Topper. I'm not exactly sure what a soccer tort is. I'm picturing a chocolate cake, but I'm not sure if that's right. But in general, a tort having a glaze on it makes a lot of sense. Grace is psyched for hurdle. All right, just for you, Grace, we're doing it. Top with a crown. Top with a crown. By the way, I see some new names in chat, and if you don't follow us, do consider it. We stream every single day, so we do this every day at noon Eastern time with a new crossword. They're not always this brutally hard. That's a Saturday special thing, but they're all usually a good challenge. And if you follow us, it's a great way to keep in touch. Okay, Ethan Ray and D and Snoopy are saying top with a crown. Oh, it's hat. I see. So a hat is a top. And I guess a crown is a part of a hat, like the top of a hat. I'm confusing myself, but I think we're all in agreement. MIT and Liam, our artist soul on YouTube, all like it. Yeah, Jessica giving me the top hat emoji. So onward. Medical show prop. Medical show prop. All right. Let's see, catching up. AJ says I think top is a verb here. Top with a crown. But then hat would have to be a verb. Not sure. T. Pendleton and Mo. Oh, and I'm getting an emoji here. Chart. Barbara McDowell also gave me some charts. That looks good. Medical show prop. Yeah, that little clipboard that they come in with. Also a hard clue. So many props in medical show. Chart would not have been my first instinct. Confound. So this puzzle has not confounded us as much as it normally does. We had some struggles in the opening corner, but pretty pleased with our... So Brandon O'Hara and Cher Bear. Yeah, everyone's saying days. Good. Confound means like to confuse. Soccer tort has a layer of apricot jelly either under the glaze or the middle of two sponge layers. I did not know that. That sounds delicious. Peace Prize and Primetime Emmy winner in 2007. Wow, who would have won a Peace Prize and a Primetime Emmy? Oh, by the way, Amy and Shania are suggesting something else for 27 Down, which actually does work. It could be phase. Everyone was saying days, and I thought it seemed good, but phase works too. So, blank it is. Ooh, Brandon, nice. Yeah, Amy and Buddy. Oh, very nice. Yeah, Jilly. Gore makes so much sense for this. Peace Prize winner and Primetime Emmy winner. What did he win a Primetime Emmy for? Was that for an Inconvenient Truth? We're talking Al Gore. Let's check the cross so we can work on this. C to F and F to B. Oof. That's the kind of thing that makes no sense until it does. I mean, we think it either starts with a D or an F, if that helps, but might have to move on here. Maybe check 20 down. Chat has dried up. My ideas have dried up. Music notes, people are suggesting. Dad Not Dude and Larry Locke, like notes, but we'd need more than that. C to F and F to B. They are musical notes. Oh, okay, Lacona and Lucky are saying, and Grace are all saying fourths. This actually could be right. C to F, and I'm picturing a piano, F to B. They are fourths. Wow, that was very nice. Fourths are like notes where that are really two apart. Yeah, the interval of a fourth, exactly, as Paradise is saying. Good. Wow, I thought we were going to need some crosses for that. Grace is like, I do know music. Well, I'm glad to have you here. That was excellent. So it was phase after all. Thank you for saving us from just plunking days in there. That was almost a mauve moment. Unenterable. Dad Not Dude says teamwork. Yeah, I'm very pleased with fourths. Tess is like, kudos to chat. Yeah, it goes like this, the fourth, the fifth. Exactly, Shania. Okay, Skelly and Noah are saying shut. Unenterable is shut. That seems reasonable. What's GH? All Nancy Drew book authors. All Nancy Drew book authors. MIT and Barbara McDowell also got shut, as did Warthog and Larry and Blake. And Jessica just giving me the shut door emojis. Shania's still singing Hallelujah. Okay, Brandon O'Hara and Jean and Lucky is giving me the good emoji for this. Ghosts. Oh, like ghost writers. Is that true? Nancy Drew doesn't just have... Mo followed us. Thank you, Mo. Anyone want to be cool like Mo? By the way, did you guys know this? All Nancy Drew book authors are ghostwriters? I assumed that Nancy Drew had like a specific author. Noah followed us. Thank you, Noah. Wow. That's a very interesting fact. I'm kind of shook by it. AJ, thanks for sharing the live. And Anachronism, thanks for following us. Felix says Carolyn Keene is the author. So maybe they all write under the same pseudonym. Is that the idea? Seems like we're all learning something today. Apparently 620 books. Oh my. And DI followed us. Thank you. Okay, self-reproach. I should stay on track here because I think Tina and Paradis and Jen are saying shame. Yeah, Grace is like a fact to keep in your back pocket. Exactly. Next party I'm at, I'm going to be like, did you know the Nancy Drew books? No one will call me a nerd then. Keep in place. Keep in place. Yeah, everyone's saying shame for self-reproach. Makes sense. Keep in place. Ooh, nice. Okay. Amy T. Pendleton, Ledition, M. Huck, Jim Dunlap. Everyone's saying anchor. That wasn't easy for me to see. But yeah, you anchor something in place. Fits very nicely. Getting a lot of anchor emojis in chat. I always love the emoji communication. Warthog got anchor. Should I say the Syndicate Stratemeyer also wrote the Hardy Boys? Are you saying that the Hardy Boys was also written by ghostwriters? First of a certain 26. Okay, usually clues like this are referring to alphabets. Now, so this is going to be some alphabet, like the Greek alphabet or something. Except I think the Greek alphabet has 24 letters. Oh, Ria is saying A, B, C, D, like the first 4 of the 26. That could work. But Pixel and Larry are suggesting alpha. Like this. Ooh, and Ledition is suggesting Aleph. So Aleph is the Hebrew alphabet, although I thought it was maybe PH, but I could be wrong. Alpha, I think, would be the NATO alphabet. The NATO phonetic alphabet. So that means we move on. But we have some ideas. We have some good ideas for 11 across. I don't think it can be Greek, Jessica, because the Greek alphabet is definitely spelled with a PH, and we wouldn't have enough space. But the NATO one is spelled with an F. Deal breaker. Two very quick guesses, both different. No-go and no-no. Sir Suron is saying it's Def Alpha. Yeah, that's my leaning as well, sir. So let's try it. Warthog says not 26 either. Yeah, the Greek wouldn't be 26 letters. I agree. But the NATO phonetic is 26 letters, so I'm feeling better and better about this. Everyone is saying nose. Nope. Yeah, so we need some crosses, I think. Null, as Kidda suggests. Let's check 18. Oh, green snapper. We already looked at this because the shade of our green snapper was olive. So what does this mean? What on earth does this mean? Yeah, I'm getting so many So many answers for 16 across, and they're all different. Felix says, let's do the long downs. Okay, after we look at this, we'll do the long downs. I just want to see if anyone has a good guess here. Tina's saying carp, which I guess carps might snap their jaw or something. Dad Not Dude saying camo. Not exactly sure how that works with snapper. Yeah, Amy Gal giving me the shrug. That's usually a sign I should move on. So Blake says NATO alphabet starts with alpha with PH. I don't think that's true. All right, we're doing 12 down. 65 Oscar score song played by a Balaleka band. Oh no, I was hoping this would help. It's not going to help me. It's not going to help me. Should I just put the entire NATO alphabet in chat without any spaces? And notice the first 4 letters of it. Ooh. This is totally out of my wheelhouse. Yeah, Skelly also giving me a shrug. Amy Gal, man, we need more. Not. Yeah, 65 Oscars specifically. So 13 down we go. Into the future. Come on, we gotta make something happen here. Let's see. Hold on. I can't tell what's going on. Into the future. But hold on, people are actually guessing Mike and Chow Chi Bai. Where have you been all my life? They're both guessing the same thing. JP agrees. Lara's theme. Ladishan agrees. Lara's and Paul in Tulsa says it's right. Wow, Lara's theme. Okay, let me just try to understand this. So theme makes sense for a score song. Lara must be a character in a film from 1965. Dr. Zhivago, says Dad Not Dude. Okay, so Lara is the character in Dr. Zhivago. There's a theme that plays through the movie, and it won an Oscar in 1965, that score. I think that we've just made sense of this. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And by the way, I'm seeing awesome guesses for 18 across. Brandon, a green snapper is a croc. I like that. I like that a lot. Crocodile literally snapped their jaw, and it's green or olive, if you will. I think that's a lock. Sweet. JP followed us. Thanks, JP. Okay. Oh, deal breaker. We're still not. Let's look at 13 down. Into the future. Did we have guesses here? Sharebear saying from then on. Okay, we're rolling now. Hold on. From then on. Raquel just followed us. Thank you. Yeah, Brandon reminding me. Someone was saying into the future from then on. That does work. It fits. It works with the clue. And I really like what people are saying for 16 across. I saw someone, Ethan Ray and Julie saying narc, a deal breaker. We're talking drug deal. Wow, that was a hard clue. Everyone was saying no, no go, a narc. It breaks up a drug deal. Very nice. Yeah, Roman Moran wanted to follow us for that one. Tina wanted a heart for that one. Yeah, good clue. Excellent. We're in cruise mode now. Vehicular feeder. Grace says, wow, that's a fun clue. Yeah, I love it. And Ouija just followed us. Ooh, very spooky. And Tiamone just followed us. I'm feeling this momentum. Okay, Rob C is saying accessory, which I think we are a letter shy for. And Lee B just followed us. Skelly is saying access road. That makes sense as a vehicular feeder. Yeah, an access road. JP likes it. Stella says nerds are better than narcs. Yeah, I have to agree. All right, and we didn't even look at 31. Love but her forever. Okay, I don't know this Burns quote, but it seems very possible that her is the missing word there, right? Oh, you like ramp better. Access ramp. That's a good point. It really could be access ramp. Okay. Well, let's check 34 across then. Plato disliked his philosophy. Okay. Anyone think of any I guess it's like either a Greek or a pre-Greek philosopher. I have a hunch here. Jasmine prefers Access Road. It does look better with the crosses. Yeah, Dad Not Dude and Blake. People spelling it two different ways. I'm going to weigh in here because I definitely know how we spell Zeno. Zeno is spelled with a Z. Yeah, Stump and JC are writing it, and Warthog and Pixel and Tina Anderson. All right, yeah, Zeno famous for Zeno's paradoxes of motion. Zeno had all these arguments proving that like motion is impossible. And I did not know that Plato disliked his philosophy. I find that an interesting fact. And then vehicular feeder it's looking like road. Access road. Happy with that. Sweet. All right. Tonga is its closest nation. Okay. I sort of like that there's only one pathway through this puzzle. I haven't had to make a single decision about where to go. All right, Kitty Cat. M. Huck. Oh, everyone came out to play here. Douglas Filler and JP and MTL. Okay, we got a Samoa. Jessica's saying Samoa, my favorite cookie. I like the Samoas too. The Caramel Delight Girl Scout cookies. Sharp and Big Flexer are getting Samoa. And User23 followed us. Thank you. Okay, Samoa's looking right. Secondary Swerve. Secondary Swerve. Yeah, Samoa cookies are the bomb. They sure don't last, says Skelly. Okay, Delaney Sweeney and M. Huck and Ethan Ray. Big Flexer also just followed us. And Duo is on YouTube. So we're talking Zag. Makes sense. I mean, zigzag. I think that's why it's secondary. You zig first and then you zag. Map table. Kitty Cat followed us. Thanks so much. And T. Someone just named T. Ethan Ray says zigzag like the puzzle. Exactly. We have been zigging and zagging all over the place. Ooh, Chelsea and Snoopy and Simon. Wow, chat is flying now. Legend. Duo got that as well. So a map table, yeah, legend. Put in the corner of the map saying, oh, a star indicates a capital city, that kind of thing. Jess and Mo and James Hendry all getting that. And MIT on YouTube and Barbara McDowell on Facebook. AJ is asking, have we noticed a theme today? So no, AJ, on Saturdays we do the Saturday Stumper, and they do not have themes. So we don't expect to find a theme in these. They're all about wide open white spaces, kind of unusual entries, and just brutally hard cluing throughout. So no, there won't be a theme today. Tina Anderson sent a heart. Grace is saying this is going fast. I know. Well, luckily we have Hurdle to look forward to. Yeah, AJ says, oh, the theme is Stump Us. Got it. Exactly. Now you're getting it. Brandon O'Hara, thanks for following us. I haven't even read this clue. Contraction missing its middle. Ooh, okay, so interesting. Dee and Shania and Lucky and Amy and Joey are all saying ma'am, which is missing the D in the middle. Letition is saying it'll. It'll, which is also, it's missing a WI in the middle. It really could be both. Tessa's like, did someone say hurdle? Ooh, I don't know. Did someone? Skyjacket, thanks for following. Ethan is saying nair, which also is missing its middle. However, Ethan, I'm confident it's not this because nair already appeared at 9 down, and crosswords don't repeat themselves. So we can strike one idea from our list. Let's check 37 down. Paper to plot pathogen progression, perhaps. Oh my god. I got a tongue twister. Paper to plot pathogen progression, perhaps. What? Okay, Ledition was the one who suggested it'll, and Ledition is relenting that ma'am looks best. Everyone on TikTok likes ma'am, so let's put it and see if we can make it work. I can't even read this again. My lips are getting tired reading this clue. Lebo is saying seminal. Okay, we should maybe take a moment to parse this. Paper to plot pathogen progression. Perhaps. Seminal? Oops. Okay, maybe we just move on. No one seems super happy with any of this. 40 down, these days. these days. Okay. Darcy X and Brandon, one of our newest followers, and Noah and Sharebear also, and Sophie all saying lately. I like that. That fits very nicely. Jazz. Yeah, lately, these days. Okay, that seems very good. Okay, Shania is suggesting something interesting for 37 down. Paper to plot pathogen progression, perhaps. These are the days of our lives, says Sella. Semi-log? It really could be semi-log. This is how you plot. This is actually how you would plot pathogen progression. I'm not sure of it. I'll explain what semi-log is all about if we get some crosses to confirm it. Until then, Joey Barnacle likes semi-log. Just not 100% on it. It's a little technical, isn't it? Cooper's Rise and Fall of an American Fortune, 2023. Okay, Stump wants semi-log too. All right, here we go. Semi-log. This would be short for semi-logarithmic. I think the idea is that if you're plotting something on an XY plane, then one axis would be logarithmic and the other axis wouldn't be. It would be, yeah, typographic, use a logarithmic scale on one axis and a linear scale on the other. Exactly, Shania. Which is what you would do for pathogen progression, because if you want to plot like how many infections there are over time, then your time axis would be linear, like each tick mark is 1 day. So the gap between tick marks is the same. But if you want to know number of infections, you might do it like this tick mark is 10, this tick mark's 100, this tick mark's 1,000. So the gap between tick marks is actually growing. That is how you plot things with exponential growth, like pathogen progression. Okay, that was my mathy blurb. Yeah, Dad Not Dude saying math time for Jack. Yeah, thank you for your patience, everybody. Do we have a good guess for this, or are we moving on? Donna says, I barely understand fractions. Slow down. All right. And Paula followed us after my big ramble, so. And Pixel. Some people like my math. What to pay with the Park Smarter app? Okay, album. Cooper's Rise and Fall of an American Fortune. Yeah, I don't think I know this, so maybe it is an album. I don't know what Cooper we're talking about. Alice Cooper. Okay, but Cat NYC. Okay, there's actually agreement on 42 down, which I barely remember what agreement looks like. Grace and Artist Soul and Gen Extra all saying meter. What to pay with the Park Smarter app? That makes a ton of sense. If you have an app to pay your meter. Regina Brown followed us. Thanks. Good. Very good. Should we check? Oh, this is looking a little. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Okay, user 111 followed us. Thank you for that. Maybe I was too quick with album. Jas and I've seen others. Yeah, Jas and Felicius are saying Aster. I learned this in a crossword like 2 months ago. Anderson Cooper. This is Anderson Cooper. Wrote a book about Astor. The Astor family was a super rich, prominent family in the Gilded Age of American history. I totally forgot the title, and that's why Alice Cooper was seeming reasonable. But now that you say Astor, I think that is looking. Yeah, Anderson Cooper's book, as Tess says. Okay, are we happy with this? Let's check 45 across. Sat in a stand. Sat in a stand. Sort of an oxymoronic clue. Okay, Hotter in Person says vestibule. AJ says testified. Pixel. And M Huck is saying vestibule. All right, Artist Soul is saying testified. I am partial to testified, just because I think it makes the most sense with the clue. When you take the stand in court, you're testifying. So if you sat in a stand, you testified. I actually think that works nicely. So we'll check it. Shredded say. Yeah, witness stand, as Sella spells out. Thank you. DI25 got testified. Skelly giving me the thumbs up. That's all I needed. Cat NYC and Dark X and Martawind are saying Tor. Or torn. It really could be both. Tor does look better with the cross down there. Maybe we'll put it in for now. And I think it's time for these long acrosses. Oops. Singer name-checked in Darren's Mac the Knife. Oh boy, this clue is not for me. This is another Lara's theme for my cultural knowledge. Singer name-checked in Darren's Mac the Knife. Does anyone know this? Yeah, not I. And TikTok chat has dried up. It is a desert over there. So maybe it is time. Grace is like, I'll step aside here. Yeah, we'll let the others fill it in. I regret going to 51 across. Everyone's just like, not a clue. Nope. Okay. Do we try 53 across? Mega Stuff Snack. Mega Stuff Snack. This is more in my wheelhouse. Give me some junk food. People in chat are starting to converge on an answer for this, but I haven't seen one answer prevail for 51 across. But yeah, I like what Mary J. Blige is saying. It's got to be Oreo something, right? Mega Stuff with this single F, double stuff Oreos. It's definitely Oreo something. Oreo, I don't know, something that starts with L-O. Hunter in person is insisting that it's Lot Lenya. Shania agrees. I'm just gonna have to take your word for this and apologize that I do not know what who this person is. Sorry. I wish I did. Kitten Caboodle. Oh, Oreo loaded, says Noah. Kit and Caboodle. Oreo loaded. Mega Stuff Snack. I don't think I remember Oreo loaded. It seems like a very possible word, especially for an Oreo that's mega stuffed. And I like what Snarky T and Douglas Filler are saying a lot. Kitten Caboodle is the whole lot. Yeah, the whole lot, the whole kitten caboodle. Joey thinks we have an error that it's going to be Oreo cookie, and that lately is wrong. Felicia says Oreo loader is a real thing. Okay, maybe we take this out. People are unhappy with it. Let's check the downs. I don't know what else to do. Bertrand Russell's Parent of Cruelty. Suddenly, the puzzle feels like it got a lot harder down here. We started off kind of rough, then had a smooth zig and zag through the grid, and now here we are, struggling again, right at the end. Bertrand Russell's Parent of Cruelty. Dave says Oreo loaded is real. I've eaten a lot of Oreo varieties, and it's true, I don't remember eating an Oreo loaded, but it's possible I have. Gummy Bears is on YouTube, and Artist Soul saying fear. That seems very plausible for this. Parent of fear is the parent of cruelty. Sounds like something Bertrand Russell would say. Rock and Roll says, I just bought some. No, you didn't. You just bought Oreo loaded? Before or after this stream? I need to know. Free blank European languages. Yeah, everybody's saying Indo. That seems right. EJ. Pre-Indo-European languages. That's got to be right. Slowly but surely, we're chipping away here. Oreo loaded, I'm putting it in. It looks right. And we haven't even looked at this long one down here. All I did was ask memoirist / broadcaster. I'm still waiting for that follow-up from the person who says they bought Oreo loaded. Ria says Oreo loaded is real. I just looked it up. All right, Barbara already given me the celebration. So this is looking like Terry Gross. Felix says an NPR broadcaster. Jim Dunlap knows Terry Gross. Yeah, so all I did was ask would make sense for someone who does interviews for a living. Let's check the crosses. Regarding things. Oh my God, that's actually a very difficult clue. Your eyes regard the world. And soft drink named for its parental partner. Okay, Dad's? Is that Dad's root beer? We're already getting the drum roll because I think everybody is pretty confident in what we have so far. Tough last section. I'll put the S in, and I'll put one more S in and see if we got the confetti today. Yes, nice work, everybody. That was awesome. I think just the right amount of resistance. We have solved harder stumpers, but we have also solved easier stumpers. This was kind of in the sweet spot. I really enjoyed this, and I could not have done it without you, honestly. Very fun stuff. Okay, stay tuned. Don't leave, because we're playing Hurdle. We are playing Hurdle. I'm going to switch my screen right now. Stump says this is so fun. I'm glad you think so. We stream every day, by the way, Stump. So every day at noon Eastern time, we stream with a new crossword. Sometimes we play Hurdle, and it's always fun. Maina just followed us. Thanks. Lebo says, is this New York Times? No, it is Arkadium.com. So this is the Arkadium's official channel. Arkadium.com puts out a bunch of different crosswords every day, not just the Stumper. And they put out this game called Hurdle, which is like Wordle if you've played that at the New York Times, but I actually think it's a lot more fun. So I find that it's easiest to explain how Hurdle works if you just see it in action a little bit. Yeah, Mo says, I've never played Hurdle. Have you played Wordle? The goal, first of all, is that we're trying to guess a 5-letter word. And I've been liking this tradition of starting with a word that was in our puzzle. So someone I saw wrote mauve. It's not a great opening guess for Wordle, but I just like it for sentimental reasons. Mrs. Friday Kim just followed us. Ooh, but Gen Extra saying olive. Yeah, okay, of course, it should be olive because mauve wasn't even in our grid. Olive was in our grid. There it is. Okay, so if you're new to this, what this means is that the final 5-letter word does not have an O in it, does not have an L in it, does not have a V or an E. It does have an I, but not in the third position. The I is somewhere else in the word. That is what this color scheme means. So we need another guess. Lucky suggesting pinch. And Snoopy quickly followed up with pinch, so why not? Pinch. Not a bad guess. We got the and so the green means that now the I and the N are in the correct place. So they're actually, the final word does have an I in the second slot and an N in the third. Yeehaw, it's Aaliyah just followed us, thanks. Okay, so not so bad. Amy Gal wants minty. Mo wants, no, it can't be rinse. It can't be rinse because we know there's no E in the word. Skelly says, are there ever double letters? Yes, there can be double letters for sure, so be on the lookout for that. And but we have learned the hard way that they don't tend to do plurals. So rings, for example, Maddie just suggested. I don't think it's going to be rings because that's a plural word, and they don't tend to just stick an S on the ends of things. Suzy Q, a lot of people have been voting minus, so let's put it in. I think it's a good guess. That hurt. That stung a little bit. That also rules out minty, Blake. Gareth is saying binky. Yeah, a lot of the guesses I'm seeing on YouTube are also plurals, so those aren't going to work. Oh, windy. Maybe it is time we start guessing why. A lot of people voting windy. Warthog and Son of Canadian. So let's try windy and just hope. I'm starting to get nervous if this doesn't pan out. Ooh. Okay, we got a Y at least. That is progress. So I'm trying to think what letter could go in the fourth position here. I think either a second N or maybe a G. Although, now that I say that, I can't really think of any words that would work with a G there. Dingy. Yeah, T. Pendleton says dingy. Matthew agrees. Yeah, so or tinny. Ooh, or pinky. Oh my god. No, it can't be pinky because there's no P. Oh, and it can't be dingy because there's no D. So there's binky. There's zingy. Oh no. And tinny. What do we like of those? I think those are the running options. Zingy, zingy, binky, and tinny. M. Huck wants binky. Artist Soul wants tinny. Adam says liking binky. Oh no. I really don't want to lose. Okay. Do we try Blake and Tina wanting tinny? Should we try tinny? And just cross our fingers. I'm nervous. T-Pindle-Sit-Tin wants Binky. I don't know what to do. Okay, okay. I'm going to do Binky because it'll also rule out... No, it won't. All right. I think at this point we just have to guess something. Not a word. Okay, well, that helps. I know a Binky. It's like a pacifier. Okay, well that we got a freebie there a little bit. Oh, Jorge is saying we need to rule out options. So you suggesting we pick something else entirely? All right, Zingy. All right, is everyone okay with me putting this? Brutal, absolute brutal. I'm so sorry. So sorry. I don't want to lose. Hurdle is 5 rounds, and if we lose on this round, I think we're out of luck. Oh boy. Yeah, we have one more guess. Tinny? 2 Ks, I don't get it. What are you talking about, 2 Ks? Oh, kinky. Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Kinky. Now that's what everyone is saying. Kinky, and I guess it's not allowed in TikTok, and that's why no one was suggesting it. This is a better word than tinny, for what it's worth. All right, I'm gonna go for it and just cross our fingers and hope we get to keep playing. Oh no! No, we lost. Oh, that was savage. Oh my god. What was it? Did they say it was ninny? That wasn't even on our radar. A ninny. Oh no. I feel so robbed. I feel so robbed. What happens if I go play again? Do they just... Okay, we didn't play yesterday. Should we do one more? I feel like we deserve another shot. If you guys are down, I'm down. I want to get somewhere with Hurdle. Grace is like, I hated that. Yeah, that was rough. Ninny. T-Pendle is like, wow, that was a Saturday Stumper Hurdle. All right, we're doing another one. Let's forget that ever happened. Should we open with Ninny? No, I'm just kidding. Tammy goes adieu. Let's start afresh. Let's bid this puzzle. Yeah. Okay, we got an A in the opening. Not many other vowels. I'm forgetting that ever happened. Mulligan, yes, so a mulligan. Okay. Rob C says triple letters are cheating. Cub says irate is my go-to. That's a very good opening word. It's also how I'm feeling right now after that last. Okay. Several people are guessing along. Duo says so binky isn't a word. Apparently. Along seems reasonable. I like that it checks the O. I really wanted to check an O. So there's straight up no other vowel in this. It's either multiple A's or a Y somewhere. That's actually quite informative, I would think. King Size says, you warned us for double letters, but never for triples. I know. I wonder if there's any quadruple letters. It's probably impossible. Okay, we do have an L somewhere, and we must have a second A or a Y somewhere. Ooh, amply and apply. Those are good guesses. Yeah, I think those are our 2 options, amply and apply. Not H. Okay, I'll try apply, but we have plenty of guesses left. Oh, and it was totally wrong. Wow. This is not how... I expected the Stumper to be the hard part of today's stream. I did not expect this. Okay. Back to the drawing board. So, where's the L gonna go? Atlas. Does that really work? Atlas. It's pretty cool. Allow is another one. No, it's not going to be allow because we know there's no L in the second slot. Atlas. Sarah's happy with it. A lot of people like Atlas. So let's try it. Yes, that was the win we needed. Oh, I needed that. Okay. Okay, so by the way, this is what makes Hurdle different from Wordle, is that now we jumped over 1 hurdle, and we're playing a second board, and the answer to the previous puzzle is automatically our first guess for this one. This one didn't happen to pan out, but it doesn't always work that way. So and then at the end something special happens. So yeah, Aaliyah is saying, I like this pouch, pound, something that gets an O and a U in there. Proud. Yeah, proud seems good. Should we try that? Ooh, boy. Not great. Okay. So we probably need to check an IE. We need to learn our vowels. Gummy Bears on YouTube is suggesting grime. Oh, but no, we now know that that can't work with the R. AJ saying you all crushed that crossword quickly today. Yeah, we're making up for it with Hurdle. People saying crier, like a town crier, but there's no R in the second slot, so I'm reluctant to guess that. Rain. Jorge says rain. That's an interesting guess. Like this. I like that it uses an E and an I. N is a common letter. Let's try this. Okay. Didn't pan out, but I don't regret it. And now I'm suspecting it might end in ER. It might be a word that ends in ER. Yeah, I'm seeing biker, river, mixer, these kinds of things. Except we know that there's no I, no O, no U, no A. So, oh, and there's no E in the second slot. This is actually puzzling. Wait. I don't even think I've seen a word that's possible. Okay, Tammy is saying cheer. I guess that's possible. Zach says, what was the last one? I missed it. Was it zingy? No, Zach, it was ninny. Ninny. How come you didn't think of that? Wait, sneer? No, there's no N. Diver, there's no I. No, I don't want to guess something where we know the letters aren't valid. Ember, does this actually work? This looks like it works. Okay, Delaney Sweeney likes it. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Okay. So we confirm there are two E's, and it opens with an E, but it's not ember. So what is it? Oh, and it's not an ER word. Oh my god. What is this word? It's so bizarre. Oh, every. Does that work? Hold on. I'm not going to hit enter yet. I just want to scan it. Every works. Yeah, Jilly likes it. Ethan likes it. Every breath you take, says Jaluha. Okay, every it is. Yes. Very good. That's what we needed. We're cruising. Jumped over another hurdle. And we know there's a V now in this next board. Great. Yeah, Duo liked every. Gummy Bears was happy with it. Okay. We're going to win this one. Okay. Luca saying viney. Laura saying vouch. Oh, voice. No, there's no E. Champ just followed us. Let's try vouch. I like that. Gets a couple vowels in there. I think that was a big success. We have a V in the starting position, a U in the third position. So the mystery for me right now is what's going to be the second letter, because I think it has to be a vowel. It's not U, O, or E. I think it's going to be an A. I can't think of any V-I-U words. Vault. Oh, yeah, vault and vaunt. Okay. It's going to be one of those. I think it has to be. I'm going to put vault just because it's more of a normal word. But if it doesn't work, we still have plenty of guesses for vaunt. And vault it was. That was a quick one. That's what we need. Okay. Ooh, and we have another word that starts with V. And stay tuned for the last one, because the last one is where it gets really interesting. Scav is saying venom. Scav, were you not here all day? Or was I just missing your comments? It's rare that we solve a Saturday Stumper without you. A lot of people wanting voice. I'm happy with that guess. Yeah, voice. Gummy Bears on YouTube likes it. Julie likes it. Okay, let's try it. I would call that a very successful guess. We have a lot of vowels in this. None of them are in the right place, though. Karima followed us. Thank you. Okay, so how do we use an O, I, and E? Oh, Rob says video. That's a great guess. Yeah, Aaliyah and AJ like it. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Did we just become like hurdle beasts? We lose one game and then it's like, not again. Never again. Okay, so now we're on the last level, and what this does is these are all of our answers from the previous rounds, and they are automatically our first 4 guesses, and we only get 2 guesses. We only get 2 guesses to get this one right. That's what makes Hurdle the best. And frankly, this is not the most informative board I've ever seen. Aaliyah's like, help, that's so hard. I know. We really need to make these guesses count. I'm seeing some good stuff. Using, suing, and sweet, and music. I just want to make sure we're not using illegal letters. Okay. Using, suing, and music. I kind of want to do using or suing because it could rule out the other one with the N. Do you know what I mean? Should we try or sweet? No, it's not going to be sweet because there's a T here at the end. Let's try using. Are people okay with this? Yeah, I almost want it to be music, but I just think strategically speaking, it's better to try using because the N will be informative about suing. Not just the N, the U and the I. Okay, people are okay with this. I'm doing using. There we go. That was okay. Strategy paid off. I'm glad. Every guess counts, especially on the last round of Hurdle. So there's only one thing this can be, straight up. There's only one option left. Perf. Everyone's psyched. All right, here we go. We get our win. Yes. Well done, everybody. Nobody saw that first round. That was just a practice. People didn't know how the game worked. That was a practice. This was the real one. Very fun. This guy says it's always the word I think is unlikely. I know. That is how it feels. All right, that was a blast. I always have fun solving these puzzles with you guys. And I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be solving more puzzles tomorrow at the same time, noon Eastern. So do stick around. Aaliyah's like, that was insane. That's how it's done. Okay. Yeah, so join me again tomorrow, noon Eastern. And in the meantime, check out Arkadium.com. You could play a backlog of hurdles right now if you Google Arkadium Hurdle. Or if you want to play a crossword, Google Arkadium LA Times crossword. They've got a million crosswords. Diego Burrito and Meyercat followed us. Thanks, guys. I'm going to sign off, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Take care.